Hello students, today's problem again from the mechanics for JEE Advanced 2020 scheduled on the 27th of September. Okay. Now this is the problem in which we have a block of mass capital M with a pulley, ideal pulley, and a thread is passing over that pulley. One end of the thread is attached to the wall, whereas the other end of the thread is connected to a block of mass small m, which is at some angle alpha with the vertical line. The surface on which the capital M mass is placed is completely frictionless surface, and now the whole system is released at rest. And during the subsequent motion of the system, that small m mass, the thread which is attached with the mass small m, permanently makes angle of alpha. It is given that the angle alpha does not change during the subsequent motion of this system. That is the key point of this question. And then we have to find out the ratio of the masses. We have to find out the ratio of the masses at which the angle alpha, which is the angle which the thread attached to this mass small m, is forming with the vertical line, and that angle alpha has to remain unchanged throughout the subsequent motion. That is our key question. This horizontal surface is frictionless, and rest all information is obviously given in this question. You can try this question and then you can come back for the solution part, right? So here is the solution for this question. First of all, we will consider the motion of capital M. Okay, so first I will consider the motion of block capital M with respect to ground frame. And for that, I need to draw the free body diagram, or I need to consider the forces which are present on this mass of capital M. And those forces I can draw in the diagram given with the question. The forces which are present on this mass capital M will be this tension force by the pulley and one more tension force down the thread. Other forces will be mg and the normal reaction forces. These are the forces which are present on the mass of capital M in this present situation. Right, so mg is the force of gravity. Normal reaction force will be vertically upward. There is a tension force in the thread. One more tension force on the thread will be at this point. So these four are the forces on the mass capital M. It's very obvious that the mass m will slide to the left side, and let us assume that the acceleration of mass m is a. Let the acceleration of mass capital M equal to small a. Direction is towards the left side. And now we can follow the Newton's second law. We can write Newton's second law equation for the capital M mass. And writing down Newton's second law, NLM, Newton's second law equation, which says that sum of all forces should be equal to the mass of object times the acceleration, and acceleration and forces must be parallel to each other. So for capital M mass, M and A are the forces, and the force which is present in this direction of acceleration. Okay, you need to write down the force which is parallel to the acceleration is small a. So for this acceleration is small a, there is a force capital T in this direction, and now we have a component of T opposite to the acceleration. So you can write down it T minus T of sine of alpha. That is the Newton's second law equation for the mass of capital M. As it is moving to the left side, we need to consider the horizontal forces on it. And the horizontal force on capital M mass is the tension force, and a horizontal component of inclined tension force at the angle of alpha with vertical. Right. So this is the Newton law equation for mass capital M. Now the form for the mass small m, what I will do is now I will consider the motion of mass small m. Consider the motion of mass small m in frame of the mass capital M. That is the bigger frame. So if I choose the capital M mass, that is the bigger block, as our frame of reference for considering the motion of small m, then what kind of motion small m will have in this particular numerical is according to the given conditions. They are saying that the angle alpha does not change. That is given. The angle alpha remains unchanged. That is the key point of this question. So how can this mass small m move in frame of capital M so that the angle alpha does not change? This is the very critical point where you need to think what kind of trajectory or what kind of motion small m will have in frame of capital M if that angle alpha does not change. Right? So in frame of capital M, that means we are considering our observer on the mass of capital M. Let us take the observer on mass M and then observe this mass small m. The forces on mass small m will be obviously the force of gravity mg. There will be a tension force on this mass m in the upward direction, inclined at angle alpha with the vertical line. Apart from these two forces, which are small mg, the force of gravity, and the tension force capital T, since we have selected the frame of reference, which is a non-inertial frame that is accelerating to the left side with a acceleration. So in this frame, we have to consider a pseudo force on the mass small m directed to the left side also. So that is the key point again. You need to find out, you need to consider the pseudo force. If you forget the pseudo force, the whole attempt will be of no use. So this pseudo force on the mass small m will be, according to the basic theory of pseudo force, it should be equal to the mass of object and the acceleration of this our acceleration of the reference frame, which is capital M, that is A, that is the pseudo force on mass small m. Now if angle alpha has to remain constant, if angle alpha has to remain constant as per the statement given in this question, then the only possibility for the motion of small m will be, the only possibility for motion of small m is down the plane, that is along this string. This is motion of small m in frame of capital M, because the angle alpha does not change. So if I choose capital M as our frame of reference, small m has to move in the direction of string, otherwise the angle alpha will change. Moreover, what is the acceleration of this small m in the frame of capital M? That can be obtained by the constraint relation. This string has two segments. This string has two segments. There is a horizontal segment in this string and there is an inclined segment of this string, and the total length of string has to be constant. And in frame of capital M, notice that in frame of capital M, in the frame of this mass capital M, this wall will also move to the right hand side. Right, that is again a critical point to think, that this point of string will move to the right side with acceleration A in frame of capital M. So if you choose capital M as your frame, then the point which is attached to the wall, this point will also move to the right side with the acceleration A, which means this horizontal portion of string will reduce in the length. The length of this horizontal portion will reduce by the acceleration of A. And if total length of string has to remain constant, this inclined portion of string must be accelerating with the same acceleration A. That's the constraint relation. But this A along the string is not the real acceleration of this mass small m. In fact, this is the acceleration of mass small m when we have considered it in frame of capital M. So motion of m in frame of capital M is along the string, number 1 point, and that is because alpha is constant. Right? That is because angle alpha is constant. And the second point, it is A, it is small a by the constraint relation, that is the length of string has to be constant. Because of these two reasons, length of string is constant. Notice that when your observer is on the mass capital M, when we have chosen mass M as the reference frame, that is our observer is on mass capital M moving to the left side. So in that reference frame, the wall is approaching to the block capital M on the right side. Horizontal portion of string will accelerate to the right side. This horizontal segment of a string will reduce and the inclined segment of length will increase by the same amount, and therefore this acceleration is taken as small a because of the constraint relation. Now we will write down the Newton law equation. So for small m, if I write down the Newton law equation for the small m, then small m into A is the acceleration in this frame of capital M. And it should be, notice that this A is along the string. Since this A is along this string, we need to find the forces on mass small m in this direction. You need to find out how many forces or what are the forces which are present on this mass small m along the direction of string. And along the direction of a string, there will be a component of mg force. This mg will have a component in the direction of a string. This is pseudo force ma will have a component in the direction of a string, and the tension force is against the acceleration. So if I resolve mg in this direction along the string, I will get mg cos alpha. If I also resolve pseudo force in the direction of string, I will get ma sin alpha. And then a tension force capital T is opposite to the motion of mass small m in the frame of capital M, and therefore minus T also. Okay, let me write it very clearly now. There will be a minus T, and then it is small m into A. This is my second equation. Moreover, this component of mg, the component of mg in this direction was mg cos alpha, and along the direction which is perpendicular to the string, it will be mg into sine of alpha. Similarly, this pseudo force will have a component in the direction of a string, and this pseudo force will have a component in the direction of a string. And if I resolve this pseudo force, I get a component in the direction of a string as ma sine of alpha, and in a direction perpendicular to the string, it will be ma cos of alpha. Since small m does not move in the direction which is perpendicular to the string, it is moving along the string. It has no acceleration perpendicular to the string. So this first equation is written in a direction which is along the string. The first equation is along string. Now I will write the second equation for a direction which is perpendicular to the string. Notice again, this small m is moving along the string in frame of capital M. It has no acceleration in a direction which is perpendicular to this string, and therefore the resultant force in this direction has to be 0. And for that reason, you can write down that mg sine of alpha. You can write down that mg sine of alpha equal to ma cos of alpha. That is your third equation. Now you have to solve all these three equations. We have completed the making of equations is now completed. We have written all necessary equations, and now we need to find out, or we need to use some mathematics to relate or to eliminate the unwanted unknowns, and then you can find out what is the ratio of the masses. And if you do it, you will get the answer as capital M over small m is equals to 1 minus sine of alpha whole square over sine of alpha. So that was the question for JEE Advanced 20. That was the review problem for the JEE Advanced 2020, scheduled on the 27th of September, and it will clear your concept of Newton's law, which include pseudo forces, frame of reference, and the constraint equations. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.